Hello and welcome back to chapter 5, lecture number 43, and we're going to focus on window frames and doors. So right now we have empty holes and we're going to fill these with some window and door models. And the great thing is we already modeled these. So let's go to the second layer and duplicate these. So right click on the window, shift right click on door, shift D, M, and drag these to the first layer, or click it on the first layer. So we have the window and the door. So we grab, yes, we can do that. Drag this to the empty hole, edit mode, select everything and scale it. And there is sort of a challenge with this hole because the window frame is doubled and we only have this small window. So I have a solution, but to start we need to drag this into this frame. Good. I like to make it a bit thicker. Yes. So we have the window frame right there, and what you can do is duplicate it and putting it right next to this window or make a mirror. But I want to do something else. If I go to the material viewport, I want to add a concrete bar here. So there is a sort of a transition, and we're going to use this transparent concrete texture to apply that. So go to add mesh cube, complete new object, drag this to the window frame. In edit mode we scale it as Z, drag this as C, and go for 2 edge lines as X, and we drag this bar a bit more to the front, and left Alt right mouse button and Alt Shift right mouse button, and drag these a bit more backwards. Go to the side in vertex mode. We need to switch a lot between all these modes, so you better know the short keys. And I like to apply not really a new texture, but because we only use this texture as a transparent layer, we now really need it as a texture. Good. So Ctrl L, U, project from view. We're already in the UV image editor, concrete frames, pose, and I added this border right there. And what's left is scale it. Yeah, make this part a bit smaller. It's not a really high resolution image, but definitely a great one to use as Y. Good. So drag this a bit more to the left, and I think what we need to do is when we go to the material editor, let's go in edit mode, scale this a bit so it's merging inside of the frame. We need to scale the window a bit more to the right. Ctrl L, Shift D for duplication. Yeah, it's still not in the middle, so we grab the bar a bit more to the right. We select the left window, only the left, not the right one. Putting it right there. So almost good, almost. We grab the bar, putting it more to the front. Select the window, dragging it a bit more backwards. We go to the material editor. We have 2 nice looking windows. So the one on the right is more simple. Ctrl L, Shift D, and yeah, drag this in the corner. And no problem to size this. Will maybe look a bit stretched, but I do not really have a problem with that. So this one is way smaller. If you really have issues with this scaling, you need to make multiple textures for the window, because there is not really a solution for this to make them look smaller without stretching. Shift D right there. And go to the material viewport. All right. So we can also select the door drag this to the frame. And we need to scale it a little bit. SX, make it a bit wider. We do not have wooden bars. It's just the door. All right, and drag this inside. Or yeah, so we have some depth inside it. Yeah, happy with the result. But we can only agree with that if we have a preview. Well, maybe a bit more to the front. In edit mode, we scale it a bit more. Yeah. So we have a nice wooden door on front. So what you can do is repeat this action for the windows and the doors to put them all over the place. So I want windows on the sides, on the rear, and a door on this point. Okay, we'll pause the video and see you in a second. Okay, as you can see, I added all the windows in the frames and it looks really, well, let's say something else. It fits really well. And you may be wondering why these windows look so dark. In the end, when you go for final renderings, they do not look dark at all. They are very reflective in environments and they all almost work like a sort of a mirror, like how windows behave. But because we're now in the material preview viewport, it looks a bit different. So don't be distracted by the windows. That will be gone when we go rendering everything. But yeah, it's good to have them on a position. So yeah, you get an idea how it looks when you model it. And yeah, I'm happy with it. So what is next? Well, I want to focus on the roof a bit more because right now we have a nice looking roof, but I want to extend the roof with a very small extension. So that will be for the next part. Okay, I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one. Bye bye.